Smells amazingly fresh around here. I think someone's been drunk on Bidford. Or just stepped on a log. How happy is he, just chirping away? I mean, would you look at this? Now that is a fine looking tree. That is a fine looking church. There is a squirrel that's been following me. Lots of bugs. So hello and welcome to this next episode of Adventures of the Corpse. We are in a car park currently in the town of Bidford on Avon. So we are going to do a bit of a walk to Cleeve Prior and then come back along the river. Come and join me on the adventure. So this right here behind me is Bidford Bridge, and Bidford Bridge was built in 1482 by the monks from nearby Ulster, and it was built because this used to be quite a treacherous ford apparently, so they got sick of it and built this bridge. It survived the English Civil War. Many battles were fought in the English Civil War on this bridge as well, so it has been around a very long time, and as you can see it still needs restoration to this day. So we've just crossed over Bidford Bridge there and come on to this big meadow, as they call it, big meadow car park. And Cliff, as you can see on there, 3/4 of a mile, so that's the first sort of town we're going to go to. And then we go to Cleeve Prior before heading back. So we're going to come back that way, but we're actually going to head out this way and head along the fields to Cliff first. What an absolute beautiful spring morning we're being blessed with again here over in the UK. It's a little bit of a local legend whilst we get onto the sort of main track. This is actually the cricket pitch and the recreation ground here that they call the Big Meadow. But so Bidford itself, William Shakespeare liked to drink there quite heavily, so it was said, and his favourite pub was the Falcon Inn. The Falcon Inn is now apparently private apartments, so it's no longer an establishment or watering hole, but it used to be one of the bard's favourites. And there's a writing somewhere that apparently Shakespeare once got so drunk because he tried to outdrink the Bidford topers, and he ended up sleeping underneath a crabapple tree in the middle of town until the following morning, where he made his weary way back to Stratford. And Shakespeare actually wrote a verse about Bidford where he described it as the drunken Bidford. So we are just coming up on the small hamlet now of Cliff, which is our first little sort of stop on the way to Cleeve Prior. Love a bit of topiary. See the chicken. It smells amazingly fresh around here. I think someone's been cutting the grass or something. It's beautiful. How gorgeous is that little house there on the end with the thatched cottage? Almost doesn't look real, does it? Looks like it's from a miniature village just been blown up. And we are just heading up onto the bank, I think, the Cliff Bank as they call it, or Marcliffe Hill. Oh, these look like some heavy steps. Oh, that was quite an achievement. So this is Marcliffe Bank, or Marcliffe Hill, very aptly named. Let's go and check out the views. Oh, there's a couple of lonely cows. Right, we're heading for that corner over there. So apparently Marcliffe Hill, this hill we're stood on now, does sort of mark the edge of the Vale of Evesham. And like many hills, it would have been used as a landmark before we had things like the OS maps. How lovely is this? Bird just singing in the background, lovely. Oh, this is a bit rickety, this one. Moving a bit. Not too sure about that one, if I'm honest. So just marching now towards Cleeve Prior, where I'm told there is a manor house with some interesting yew trees that we're going to have a look at. Oh, it is warm now. I think I might have to take this hoodie off in a sec, because that sun is baking. I think it's just such an underrated, like, places to walk. I mean, there is nobody here. This is, you know, this is absolutely gorgeous. Like, what a lovely place to walk. And, you know, look at, like, birds are plenty everywhere. You see kestrels, you see kites, beautiful songbirds like that little chap. How happy is he, just chirping away? But it just sort of reiterates my point really about like how lovely this is. And it's just, it's, for some people it's probably just a field, but like, and I know it's not the grandeur of the Lake District, it's not got the hills, not got the mountains, not got the big lakes and stuff, but you've got a river over there, which is a beautiful body of water, the Avon. And then even just something as peaceful as just a well-cropped field. Like, I think just walking beside it is, I don't know how to describe it. Do I sound like I should be driving a tractor maybe for a living, that I'm excited over a cropped field? But I know some people out there will get it. Some people out there will get it. There's just something so serene and just natural about it all. There's nobody here, which is an amazing thing, but I do think a lot of people are missing out by not doing these more sort of out the way walks, rather than going to the big tourist spots and that. You know, I mean, Bidford upon Avon, plenty of people probably visit this town day in and day out, and tourists probably drive through it to get to Stratford, to get to places that are a bit more exciting. But if you just had a look at a map every now and again and just took a little walk out just for a couple of hours, I think you'd find some absolutely amazing places and some amazing spots that you just fall in love with. Well, there's my daily tip anyway. So we're just coming up on Cleeve Prior now. And I do believe, according to the map, that is the manor house there. And we are going to bypass the church as well. So we'll have a little look inside if we can. The bridge to Cleeve Prior. These gorgeous trees just guarding the entrance to the church. Amazing. Now that is a fine looking tree. Wow. What an amazing welcome. Visually. I mean, would you look at this? That is a fine looking church. Okay, so before we head into the church, I'm actually going to head left because just done a little bit of looking on the map, and it looks like you can get around to the manor side to maybe see these trees. So apparently the manor itself doesn't actually really exist anymore. It's actually been split up into several different private residences. So, but apparently there is access to still be able to see the trees from the road. So that's where we're headed. So just whilst walking around the road bit there, I bumped into a lovely lady walking a dog called Evelyn and asked her about where these yew trees are and how can I see them. And it turns out she actually lives there, which is absolutely amazing. So she said, if you walk down here and just cut into the left, she said you might get someone come out and say, what are you doing? And she said, just tell them that Evelyn said you could come and have a look at the trees. So here are what's left of the old yew trees. So thank you very much, Evelyn, if you ever get to watch this. But yeah, absolutely lovely lady. But you can see the trees there. I just filmed them for like a couple of seconds, just out of respect. They haven't been very well looked after by the looks of it, and they could do with a bit of care, but apparently that is in the pipeline. So hopefully they will get back to how they were, but they are meant to represent the 12 apostles. Obviously you can't really get close enough to see them, but they do look magnificent on the little avenue that they've created. But yeah, not what they once were, but hopefully they'll get back and they'll get restored. And yeah, thank you to Evelyn. So this is the Church of St Andrew in Cleeve Prior. Amazing lantern there, isn't it? And apparently dates back to the 12th century parts of it. And this tower right here was used as a watchtower during the English Civil War. It does appear to be locked, unfortunately. But so we'll press on. We'll head back towards the river. And I think we follow part of the Shakespeare Avon's Way. We pick that up and head back towards Bidford. Well, it looks like we might get to see a bit of topiary after all. It's amazing. So there we are, Cleeve Prior. It does seem a very affluent area around here. And that affluence actually goes back to Roman times. So I think there's always been quite a bit of money here. Apparently historically, I did read somewhere that they'd found a clay pot, a Roman clay pot with 3,000 coins, Roman coins inside. So I'd imagine that was somebody's stash back when the emperors ruled. Apparently one of the largest finds in the region. I do love some of the houses up here. So it looks like we're leaving the lovely little Cleeve Prior and heading out towards back onto the River Avon and follow that back in towards Bidford. But I think first of all we hop onto the Shakespeare Avon Way. So, we've just popped out of that field onto the Shakespeare Avon Way. What a beautiful avenue. There is a squirrel that's been following me all the way along that avenue. See that? It's like Jurassic Park. Trees and branches constantly moving. So, make a decision here. This, it goes down to the River Avon and does like a bit of a longer loop around the river and then comes back up to join this path. However, oh, I just stepped on a log. However, this goes also next to the river, but doesn't catch it for a little bit while. I think because this goes downhill, and it looks like quite a long way downhill. It does look a little bit adventure-y though, doesn't it? Check the map again. Some quite lovely views on this path. No idea what that is, but it looks interesting. So I'm very glad that I stayed at the top there. You see where the gate was back there, had that decision whether to go up or down or not. Stay on the top, and this is what you basically see. Absolutely glorious. And there we can see is our destination, Bidford. You can just see the tree line there where the river snakes through the countryside back towards Bidford. You can just see the big meadow there, just in the distance. I'm going to go up this bit of a muddy trench, but is what it is. And we should be heading down towards the river very shortly. As you can see, the path here is quite uneven, and I was just concentrating, looking down to see where I was going. Completely missed a deer that literally just walked from the left to the right, and all I saw was the back end of him. I wonder if he's with those other two. If there's any more down there. He must have jumped up through there, I would imagine, somewhere. What a gorgeous outlook you have. Still from up here. Highly recommend staying on the high road. Highly recommend it. You can actually hear the weir down there. So in the 17th century, a chap called William Sandys, I believe, turned the Avon into a bit of a navigable highway. It's a bit of a motorway really for barges carrying coal and grain. And by the mid-20th century, however, it had fallen into total disrepair. However, most of the locks and weirs that you see today on there were actually restored in the 1960s and 70s by volunteers. There are lots and lots of bugs around here. Lots of bugs. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but the amount of bugs is just insane. Literally all woken up at once, I think. So just stopped there and changed the battery on the camera and had a little drink of water. You can see there behind me now, hopefully, through the trees, see the River Avon. If you've enjoyed this video so far, if there's anything about it at all you've enjoyed, please do give us a thumbs up, give us a like. It really, really helps the channel. It's completely free. And also, if you enjoy this sort of content and would like to see more, do check out the rest of my channel. Give us a subscribe and you won't miss out on any future videos, future walks. I do try and do a walk every single week if I can, if it's possible. And yeah, we just go on a little adventure and see what we can find. So we are now just walking, as you see that squirrel there in the distance, just walking back onto the Marcliffe bank now, the Marcliffe Hill, where those steps were. We're actually going to go back down the other side now and join up with the river. Pretty sure the steps should be here somewhere. No, not quite. Oh, are they here? No, there they are. They're hanging left. We're going this way now. Heading towards the river. And here we are at the beautiful River Avon. We are now going to walk along the river, Stratford-upon-Avon, 9.25 miles. We're not quite going that far, just to Bidford. Follow the beautiful river now. Always looks so calm, the Avon. There's a lot of paddleboarders and canoers on this river. Apparently wildlife as well, so I mean, I'd imagine, because this is a little bit open here, but I'd imagine a little bit further around the bend there, you'll probably find kingfishers. A lot of kingfishers apparently seen along the Avon, and also otters apparently recently have returned to the Avon. So we'll get lucky and spot an otter. That's been a thoroughly beautiful adventure so far. I think we had all the drama of the getting up the hill at the start and getting up those steps, and then trying to find the yew trees back in Cleeve Prior, and then whether to go down to the riverside or whether to stay on the top. I did think we made the right choice still, but I definitely would do the other way around. And I always think, would I always judge a walk on would I come back? And I definitely would. I'd come back here. I think I'd like to do the lower half. However, I think the way we've done it today has been lovely, because you've got the nice serene little walk back now into Bidford. You can see Bidford sort of in the distance there. All sorts of amazing noises coming out from the riverbank there. I'm sure if you sat here for long enough, you probably see some really interesting nature. Yeah, meditation's interesting, isn't it? Meditation is meant to be really, really good for you. And usually you think of meditation and it's sat still or stood still in a quiet place where it's just you and your thoughts, and you just block out the rest of the world, and you sit there or stand there and just close your eyes. That's usually what the average sort of meditation, I suppose, would be. Whereas I think for me, this is my meditation. Doing these walks, listening to the bird song, walking along at my own pace. This is definitely so good for the soul. So good for it. Can you tell how happy I am? I'm usually a lot happier than this on walks. I don't know what's going on today. Might be the sun. The sun's getting to me. It's too warm. It's too warm. It's terrible. Too cold 2 weeks ago and it was too wet. And now it's too dry and it's too warm. How dare it? Genuinely wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Monday than to be out and about doing this. And here we are, crossing over this little bridge. We're back on the big meadow, so to speak, back in Bidford. It's like a gang of sausage dogs. What's a group of sausage dogs called? It's quite cool. A group of weenies. Oh, look at this beautiful, graceful animal. It's got a waggly tail. Wow. I think this would be probably a really good place to end. So the bridge that we go back over is literally just there. It's just a bit of a recreation ground now. So on that note, with the swan swanning past us. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've given this walk the justice it deserves, because it has been an absolutely gorgeous walk. I hope that you'll join me on the next one. Please do subscribe, please do like. It really helps the channel. It's completely free, and I appreciate every single one of them. Any comments as well, feel free. If you think that there's anywhere else I should go, or anything that you think I've missed on this walk, if you've done it yourself. And yeah, and I'll catch you on the next one, and hopefully it's as nice as the sunshine is today. Okay guys, take care.